believe everybody should eat at the table. That's the start of a new day. Here we go. Yeah, you're gonna turn lemons into lemonade again. That's how we're gonna do it. We started out with Cigar 64 and some businesses we've evolved in. It took that combination effect with the wife and Gina. She's retired Air Force Master Sergeant. So when we throw our Cigar 64 parties, where she pretty much coordinates all that, putting that together, man, it really enhances things when you have that level of excellence. You have to have somebody else that has a level of excellence that the vision can take flight and can perform itself. How your day going, baby?
It's going well.
All right, Dan. You out and about?
Trying to look at these promotional materials that I want to get for the event.
Okay, then. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So you handling that? You getting all that stuff together, the promotional products and stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at, see what kind of items I want to have as giveaways at the event.
Okay.
You know, what? I need to get a good file of the logo.
Okay.
Chris, so he can make the fitted table of it.
Okay then. Okay then. Okay. You gotta what date is that event anyway? All right then. Love you, baby.
Love you.
I'll talk to you in a little bit, okay? All right. Bye-bye. Oh my God, this is good. Damn. It better be good for what, $40? Smoking cigars, they were terrible. I paid too much. That's a good smoke. I only imagine what my age one is going to taste like. You let me know when, and we in.
Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Rodney T.E Dixon I, and I deal in artificial intelligence, AI technology. I'm also a consultant. I deal in asset protection. I move everything but humans and drugs. Pretty much I started out doing this when I started selling door to door when I was about 8, 9 years old. And all I wanted was a remote control airplane. And I started selling what at that time was all occasion cards, Christmas cards and stuff. And at that time you didn't print them out on your computer. And they were personalized and so forth. And I started selling those. And I went door to door. It went from selling all occasion cards to selling pen lighter pens, Key-O-Matics. Oh man, Stuart McGuire. A lot of people don't know about that, but Stuart McGuire, a lot of stuff. And it just kept growing. And that's Rodney T.E Dixon, the door-to-door salesman back in the day. I have 5 patents in polyethylene PET plastics, proprietary beverages with some German guys. So it's a lot of things that I have been fortunate to evolve into. I guess that's Rodney T.E Dixon. That's who I am. Innovator, creator, idealist. I'm a capitalist by nature. but I'm also a humanist. I'm for human rights, though I'm a capitalist and I believe in the economics of things. But that's Rodney T.E Dixon.
Why do you do what you do?
I love the prospect of possibilities. I remember a long time ago, my mom and I, we were over at my Aunt Serena's house, and there was a gentleman that was there, and he said, "Boy, what you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "I'm going to be a millionaire." He said, "You might not be a millionaire, but you'll have a good job." My mother was sitting probably about 2 chairs away, and she overheard him. And my mom, being Lois T.E Dixon, the incredible hero she is, she said, she came over and she said, "Listen, if that boy tells you he's going to be a millionaire, that boy right there is going to be a millionaire." And that was the end of that story. That was the end of that story. And my life has been that. And I've been very fortunate. I don't have a master's, a bachelor's, associate's degree. I credit, I applaud people that do have degrees because I've employed a lot of them. At the same time, I don't think education is the benchmark to say that you're going to make it in society. And I think that's a misconception with people. I think you have to, you have to have that mentality, that goal. I'm going to get it. I'm going to make it happen. It seems impossible, but I believe that I can do it. And that's what I live by. I live with the mindset of possibilities, and I love possibilities. That's why I do what I do. I do what I do because I know that it must be, I've been down to where I've had $1. I've had millions. I've lost millions. I've been a lot of different places. Some people don't know. Some people do know. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be destitute. I know what it's like to have your cars repossessed. I know what it's like to have your house foreclosed on. I know what it's like to go to prison. I know what it's like to do time. I know what it's like to be broke. I mean, real broke, where you and your friend, are sharing the same car because you're that broke. But the possibilities that I don't have to remain broke, I love that. That's why I do what I do. I do what I do because I know that I can design my future. I am the lottery. You are the lottery. We are the lottery. That's how I look at my life. I'm a lottery, and I could win any day of the week. I'm that Powerball. I'm that Mega Million. I'm that Cash 4. I am that when I need to be that Cash 4 or that Cash 5 or that Cash 6 or that Cash 7 or that Cash 8 or that Cash 9. And you find that people become that because they believe so much in themselves, and I do what I do because I love doing it because of the possibilities.
So cool. What is your background like?
Oh man, I've been groomed by Irish, Italians, Polish, and of course, Black, African American. My next door neighbor, Mr. Brown, Mr. Derry, Mr. Whitehead, Mr. Shaw, Mr. Bolton, my hero, my mother. I've been groomed by so many people. I've been groomed by the late Eugene Schultz, Jewish brother, Patrick Eden, Irish brother, Chuck Snow, the Italian, Tony Gulla, Walt Kosh, Barry Zimmerman. I've been groomed by people. I've been so fortunate. I've been groomed by people that, that have stepped into my life at different paradigm shifts and have planted something in me. And it's those times in my life that I've learned to become a sponge, because I'm not the smartest, I'm not the quickest, but I'm not the dullest knife in the drawer either. I may not be the smartest, but all I have to do is stay up late. All I have to do is go a little bit longer. All I have to do is think a little longer. All I have to do is believe that I can endure this long enough to get what's going to be that reward. That's what I have to do. And it's not a motivational speech. This is part of my life. This is what I put into, people around me. The very fact that you can. There are so many things in life that I've been fortunate. And the people that have come into my life, have been reasons that I've been groomed into a man that I live off a doctrine of respect. There's a lot of places. I'm from Chi-Town. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the Wild Hundreds. I'm from Roseland. I can always go there because I live off respect. And the streets know me because I live off respect. The Russians in Chicago, they know me because I live off respect. The Italians who are there know me. I've traveled in so many circles. And Patrick Eden once said, as he was grooming me, and the tests that come your way, and people find out your character, he said, you can trust Rodney Dixon with your dick on Saturday. And when you run into him on Monday, he hasn't fucked nobody with it. And that's me. I like the principle of respect. I like the principle of character. And I become who I am because there are people that wanted to deposit something in someone. And that old phrase, when the pupil is ready, the teacher will show up. I'm that motherfucker. That's me. I'm that motherfucker. I'm that not master, bachelor's, PhD, associate's degree. I'm that motherfucker that is going to mispronounce words, that's going to misspell words. But one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to find the motherfucking answer to get you to a multi-million-dollar or a six-figure or a four-figure situation that's going to better your life. And that's me. I'm your go-to man. People call me sometimes a fireman because I put out fires. I get bishops that call me, CEOs that call me. I get everyday folk that call me. Because one thing that they know is that I am going to dig out, and find a solution to their pollution. And that's me. I'm that guy. And I've been made that by other people. I'm the whole of a lot of different folk. That's what I am. I'm the whole of a lot of different folk. Now, I'm my own person. Don't get me wrong. But I've learned to eat the meat and spit out the bones. You know, you take the good of what you need and you move on. I've dealt with some very dangerous people in my life. And I respect them. You know, I've been with some killers. I've been with some people that I would not. I tell people, do not fuck up with them because it may be your last time to fuck up. But I've learned a lot from them. That's been my life, you know.
Awesome. What work do you enjoy doing? Do you most enjoy doing?
Oh, wow. I love finding money. I like finding people what they need. I really do. I love making sure people know that they have the capabilities. That's another thing. You got the capabilities. Are you willing to do you? See, if you do you and fuck everybody else, fuck what everybody else is driving, fuck what everybody else is wearing. I wear suits. Most of my suits are 20 years old. This suit right here, it's a Brioni. You know, I don't recommend people run out and spend $3,000 on a suit all the time, but that's what I do. And my suits wear for a long time. So I got some nice suits. I think I haven't bought a suit. I bought 2 suits for the first time in like 18 years. Why? Because it's a uniform. You know, I got enough uniforms. I got a bunch of white shirts, a bunch of ties, and I put my uniform on. I go out there and do my deal. I go out there and do my song and dance. I go out there and make it happen. I'm like your FedEx driver. I'm going to show up, and all you want that motherfucker to do is show up at your door with the goddamn package you've been waiting for. What you order on Amazon is that my package. That's what I want. I'm in my FedEx, my UPS, my United States Postal outfit, and I'm coming to your door, coming to your office, coming wherever you are. I'm showing up, and I got my uniform on. I'm bringing you what you want. This is what you want. This is what you need. And I'm going to find it for you. I'm going to bring it to you, and we both going to enjoy a cigar and some bourbon afterwards. Because that's going to be your joy. I'm going to be happy for it. I'm going to be real happy for it, because now you're going to go out there and you're going to do something bold and boastful, and you're going to plow ahead like a bull, and you're going to do something else heroic, because that $1,000, that $10,000, that's going to get you to your million. But the joy of that 1,000 is going to be the reason why you get to the million. But if you don't get the joy of the 1,000, you will never get the joy of the million. It doesn't work that way. You know, everybody that has become, watch this, and this is off the beaten path a little bit. Everybody that has hit the lottery, the majority of them that hit the lottery are broke now. You know why? No proper preparation. So what? Piss poor performance. The money going to perform poorly. They're not going to stack at least 60 to 40% of it away as a trust fund. Don't touch the shit. You won't touch the shit. Can't touch the shit. Put it up. You know, blow the other 60%. But the 40%, man, you can live the rest of your life comfortably. Comfortably. You'll never ever want again. But because there wasn't steps to getting from 1,000 to 1,000,000. You jump all the way to $1 million. You hit that, boom. Now you're mind blown. They had a song years ago, mind blowing. So you get your mind blown by the fact you got all this goddamn money, but you didn't have time to prepare. And so now you blow it. And it changes everything. So if you take the time to take the steps, when you get the money, you're going to be okay. Let me protect it. That's why you see a lot of people with wealth, a lot of people that are simple-minded millionaires. And when I say simple-minded millionaires, those people that have got $1 million over a long period of time, they're older people, they accumulate that money and they operate differently. And it's hard for you to pry any money out their hand. They don't want to do shit. Why? Because they know what it took to get it. And that's why we have to have a mindset that the 1,000 has to be protected like the 1,000,000. And if you don't spend the 1,000 wisely, then you're going to blow through the 1,000,000. It's basic things in life. You know, it's not rocket science, man.
Have you ever been incarcerated?
Oh yeah, man. I faced RICO charges in 2002, 2003, racketeering charges, money laundering, mail fraud, wire fraud, mail fraud, money laundering, wire fraud, mail fraud, racketeering, and it's you know, I went through some shit on that. The RICO charges got dropped. You know, there's some smart things in business we did to reassure that that wasn't founded. It was untrue. But the creative finance thing, I learned a lot of things. I was able to accumulate a lot of wealth and a lot of credit. I had about $100 million in lines of credit. You know, I had corporate jet, had corporate Bentley, mini mansion, had about 15,000 square feet of office out in the western suburbs of Chicago. We're doing things. We revolutionized digital technology, and we'll get off into that. But yeah, I was incarcerated and spent 5 years in prison behind the Iron Curtain. I call it the Iron Curtain. Did that 5 years. Did that 5 years, came home, and I got out the way. When things happened, because of my association with some other people, some mob people back in Chicago, they wanted to try to use me, and they squeezed me in on the RICO charges. They wanted to try to use me in a case against some other people that were involved with the mob. And I was like, hey, I'm going to do this 30, because I was looking at 30. I'm going to do this 30 years quietly, because I ain't talking, I ain't telling, I ain't talking about nobody. And I want to do my time. When my case boiled down, I was the only one on my case. I was the only one that did time. I was the only one indicted, because I kept my mouth shut. Because everything started and ended with me. And I refused to be the leaky faucet. And we had legit corporation. We were doing some mean things. We revolutionized digital, converting analog to digital. All the major bishops, we were converting all their cassette tapes in the 90s. We were converting the cassette tapes from cassette to CD when 90% 90% of the cassette sale industry was all still churches. By 2000, all the churches are still buying cassettes. We revolutionized that, man. We changed that whole thing. I said, hey, let's go and change technology in the religious circles. And that's what we did. We changed it. And in so doing, it broke us off into water beverages, and then broke us off into proprietary packaging. But in all that, you need money. So when you spending $20,000, when you spending $20,000 a month in attorney fees for patents, and you got, you got payroll, and you got all these things, and your expenses are $250,000 a month, you need leverage. And so I got myself in bed with some people. I paid street tax, and it was somewhere around $36,000, and it was going to give me an introduction. And what happened, I went to Barnes and Nobles one night, and at that time I was doing crazy reading. I would always leave my office, which was about less than 3 minutes from Barnes and Noble. I'd go there and sit at night, get me some coffee, and I'll sit there, man, and I will go literally through financial books. And I stumbled upon Heinz International Holdings. And it was Heinz International Holdings that I put together the financials offshore to bring them onshore to create the corporation that I needed to leverage myself in the United States. So, because you couldn't have bearer bonds in the United States, we on paper, I converted those financials from bearer bonds to financial U.S. instruments, and then we did what's known as Consolidated Financials. So once you consolidate the financials, you got this company, that company, this company. You don't know where everything just is in one pot. So you got your gumbo soup. And so by doing that, it allowed me now to have these incredible financials that would help me get all these other products and services out there. And that's what we did. And the trouble didn't come from that. The trouble came from something else. So what ended up happening was that when things got rocky in a whole nother state with a whole nother company, they had another guy that we hired. This guy making $50,000 a month, couldn't do a motherfucking thing right. $50,000 a month. You think, we made this guy, I had made this guy the first black air aviation management company in the United States. He managed our corporate jet. We had a hawker. He managed our corporate jet. We kept our corporate jet down there in Montgomery, Alabama. I kept it out of Illinois because I didn't want all these folk knowing that we had a corporate jet. I want that motherfucker sitting at DuPage County Airport, and it's got our company logo on it and shit, and folk nosy. So I didn't want that shit sitting up there in Chicago or in the western suburbs. I kept it down there in Montgomery, and so he managed that. So when everything went down there in Montgomery, it spilled all the way up there to Illinois. And when the shit went, by the time we found out, the train was already moving, and we didn't have tickets to get on. And so the thing is, it was something I had to bear a burden. But in so doing, there were other things happening within the corporation that these idiots down there in Montgomery didn't know, that created a whole nother whirlwind. So when the case came up, the Fed's like, man, my name came up on some other stuff. And they said, we want to get him on this other case with these other mob guys. And we're going to use him as the leverage. Because I paid like $36,000. That money came up. The reason why that money came up, because another guy that introduced me to him, he got hit in the head. So my name came up in his Rolodex, and they are saying that, man, we know this guy, and we got something else going on, but we don't know how to get him. So they got him to lie. They had like, this guy knew everything about me. I had vice presidents, I had executive vice presidents, I had people around me, did not touch anything that was creative. Did not even put their hands on anything financially creative. Nothing. Didn't sign shit that was creative. I kept everybody away from that. They got this guy to lie about it. And I'm not going to say fortunate, but when they were trying to build the RICO charges, they had him. But he died on them. So now the feds had to run on the fact that they thought that I was going to just spill over and create and pony up and be a faucet and spill all the beans on this other thing. And I just said, no, It took them 2.5 years to sentence me because I was too dumb to be stupid. So my whole thing was, you might get these guys. You're not gonna get them on me because I'm from Chicago. You know, I'm going to live and die on the streets of Chicago based on what I do right now. So I decided I was going to shut my goddamn mouth and take this hit. So, escape RICO charges. That was going to be 30. Then they really didn't know how to deal with me after that because, you know, I started studying law. I started involving myself more in other people's cases than mine because I saw how fucked up the drug sentencing guidelines was. And I read about all this shit and how they was fucking these brothers up. And me and the late Terry Owens, God rest him, incredible brother, Irish brother of mine, my cellmate. We began to do a lot of research and stuff. And we started to trouble the waters, man. That's for a whole nother conversation. And I got blacklisted in the prison. They tried to ship me everywhere. This was for 2 years. They would send me up to Kenosha, bring me back, send me back up there. They were moving me around because they knew that I was causing a lot of trouble. I found out because the CO told me. CO told me that you and Terry Owens, you guys are creating a problem because you're giving out a lot of information to these inmates and they're going into court and they're shutting their lawyers down because all the lawyers want to do is plea out and nothing's going on record so they could come back on appeal. We were saying, hey, you fucked on this, but appeal, if all this shit don't go on record before appeal, if the courts hear you on appeal, they're going to say one thing. You did not raise this in the lower court, so we can't hear it on appeal. We said, fuck that shit, man. Fuck these motherfuckers. Man, these motherfuckers, they hire coats, man. You got to do the time. Them motherfuckers ain't got to do the time. So you go in there, you tell the judge, you either want another lawyer, you want to put this on record. And that's how, you know, so during my time was like, it was an eye opener, man. I was this, you know, I sat on the board of bishops. A lot of people don't know that. I was the first bishop of economic development and entrepreneurship. It's purely economical. I wasn't that spiritual. I mean, it was just, you know, I was moving a lot of money for a lot of people. I was keeping churches open. I was putting roofs on brand new churches that couldn't afford to finish them. I had bishops and stuff borrowing my jet to get from point A to point B. I had people, cars were breaking down, pastors that was, man, on the verge of being destitute. We were saving folk. You know, we were keeping battered shelters open, battered women's shelters. We were keeping them open because the states had this crazy rule that, man, you know what? If you don't have this type of insurance, you cannot remain open. I said, this is some crazy shit. And you say for it, man, you're telling me you got less insurance to drive a car. You got to have less insurance to drive your car, and you got to have more insurance to keep a battered women's shelter open. I said, man, it's crazy. So we, you know, in so doing, we got involved in a lot of stuff. So the long story short, did the 5, came home, got out the way, and stayed out the way. And that's what I do. I just stay out the way. I don't ever want to be a chairman. I don't ever want to be a CEO. I don't ever want to be out there in front of any corporation ever again. It's too much attention. I like being, like, you know, behind the curtain. You know, most of the time, depending on how high level the people are, I tell them, do not tell your lawyers that me and you, I'm your consultant. Every idea that I give you, you let the motherfuckers know it's your goddamn original thought. Because people get intimidated, you know, because they got these degrees and shit. They went to law school. They don't invent nothing. They haven't found it. They're not like Bill Gates or Elon, or they're not like Jay-Z. They're not like Sean. You know, they're not like P. Diddy. They're not like Oprah. These people create stuff. These guys, these motherfuckers running Fortune 500, they ain't nothing but mostly white boys that got a man that's in a club, man. They getting $50 million, $100 million here, packages like they fucking sports athletes. But they, you know what? It's like they're in that club. They're getting that money, but they're not inventors. They're not creators. But what they do have is the inside information. They got that shit down. So having that inside information, they're able to move around in certain circles and manipulate certain things and make things happen. They're the puppet masters. But the motherfuckers, they're not geniuses. Look who president. Look who president. You know, I think Nelly will rethink his song. Let me in now. Bill Gates, you know, I ain't saying the other guy's name because I don't say his name. You know, these guys, they're not that smart. They just first. They in the way. You know, if we go down this street later on in the conversation dealing with what's going on right now, man, it's the fact that, you know, we as black people, we can succeed incredibly if you leave us the fuck alone and get out the way and quit trying to govern us with the govern brake. Don't throttle us down. Just fucking get out the way. Don't have anything to say about what we're doing. You know, you want to dislike us. You want to stop us or whatever. For what? Motherfucker, we not pissing in your pot. We're not drinking your tea. We're not sleeping in your bed. Fucking leave us the fuck alone. Get the fuck out the way. Cause we're running folk over now. You know, all this other shit, we done put up with this shit for long enough. This shit is over. This shit is over. And that's how we do it through corporations and holding companies and trust. Shit, don't let them motherfuckers know who you are. My brother right now, 3 corporations, powerful technology corps. They didn't know he was black till it was too late. Now they can't stop him. Can't stop him. He killing them. He killing them, man. He killing them. Lives a low profile life. He can buy anything in this world he wants. You might want to do an interview with him.
Your most embarrassing moment.
My most, say that again?
Embarrassing.
Now, what you mean by that?
Like,
Because them big words. See, my son Rodney, if he was here, he'll just break that shit down to me. I think I was sitting in Carson City, Nevada, and I know this has to be it. And I was having lunch with Eugene Schoaf. And he could feel my energy. And I'm this ambitious black man from Illinois, and this is this Jewish brother, and my white brother. He got love for me. I mean, he really just embraced me, and you know, he understands the plight of people, especially us. But he's embraced me and he's teaching me some things, and I'm sitting with him, and he told me something. It really changed my thinking. And it put me, it stopped me in my tracks, because then I had to have a different level of patience. And he told me, he said, Rodney, I know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do. I know how you feel. He said, but there's some places in life you're not going to go until you're invited. I said, God damn. Fuck, I thought I could just go. I thought I could just show up. I thought my dreams would just take me there. Hold on one second. I thought my dreams would just, sorry about that, I apologize. I thought my dreams would just take me there, and they do, but there's somebody that got to make the goddamn introduction. There's somebody that got to invite you in. You just can't show up, because you can't just bombard. You know, what's the barbarians at the gate? You're not that. You know, for us, that ain't gonna happen. So he told me that, and I remember that. You know what? I think about that every month. I think I've been thinking about that every month for the last almost 27, 28 years. There's some places in life you just won't be able to go until you're invited. You know people. And you know, you heard that phrase, Genesis, 6 degrees of separation. Yeah, that would be it.
what's your favorite food and your favorite drink?
Ooh, my favorite food is, I'm a plant-based eater for the last 2 years. So my favorite food is plant-based eggs. Love them. And plant-based bacon. Love it. They're my two favorite foods right now. I love them. I love them. My favorite drink is French Connection with an ice ball. Yeah, that's my favorite drink.
Why cigars? Why did you delve into cigars?
Keep my sanity. I never smoked, never drank until 2000, roughly about 2002, 2003 when I got indicted. When I got indicted, man, I had to have an outlet. I told my brother JTB, I said, I got to do something different. I got to do something, man, because I wasn't doing nothing but working. I'd be in 3 cities in one day. I jump on the jet, be in New Jersey, jump back on the jet, be in Oklahoma, jump back on the jet, man, be down in doggone Ohio. And that was my life. That was my life, you know. My life was doing deals. And so now I was stopped. And what do I do with all of this energy? What do I do to get some peace? What do I do to get myself where I got a little bit of joy? And I started cigars. Had a friend of mine that ran a real nice cigar place in Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois. And he told me, he said, man, hey, come on through. He knew what I was going through. It wasn't no secret. I mean, it wasn't no secret in the whole state what the fuck I was going through at that time. And so he said, man, come on through, man. And he gave me a cigar, lit it up, smoked my first cigar, sipped on my first connection. And that was my solace, my peace, my salah. My salah, I was able to pause and consider, pause and think. And man, cigars did that for me. Man, yeah, it did. It does that for me now. I do all the stuff that goes on in life. I have a different approach to a lot of things. I've been very fortunate with with some incredible health. Even though I still do cigars and bourbon, that's it for me. But this does it for me. Matter of fact, I'm so big on cigars. I buy for like 20 guys. Our company, we're involved to an extent where we have a tobacco license we've had for like 8-9 years, and we buy for other people at cost. We don't sell cigars. It's the experience. It's like, hey man, come have a cigar. Everybody that I met, most of the people I met. Even my daughter, she used to call me Stinky. Oh, Stinky. She come home. I'd be sitting when I lived in Hawaii, I'd be sitting out there on the patio smoking a cigar. She'll come in from high school and she'll stick her nose out there. Hey, Stinky. And she'd say everything. Now she smokes cigars. Her fiance smokes cigars now. I mean, everybody, my mother-in-law smokes cigars. I mean, people that didn't smoke cigars now. Everybody that talked about they don't smoke cigars. Oh man. Okay. All right, cool. I'm gonna find a cigar that you're gonna like. You're gonna want to smoke this cigar. My sons, both of them, smoke cigars. Avid cigar smoke. Me and my son Lord, we had a cigar last night. I keep cigars. I got cigars in my bag. I got cigars in the door of my car. I don't leave them overnight because they're dry out. But yeah, cigars is it, man. If you want to live long and prosper, smoke a cigar. Smoke a cigar. Put some coffee behind it. You don't drink? Put some coffee. Get you a cafe latte grande, extra vanilla, 4 shots of espresso with some vanilla pumps in that bad fella. And you're going to be all right.
Have you ever been criticized for what you do?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I was advising a surgeon that became a client of mine. My brother called me. He said, man, listen, a surgeon in Chicago being ripped off. I believe he is. He bought a corporation and he bought an Age Corp because he wanted to do some things. And I was advising, start advising him. The guys, they pretty much say, they did some research. Oh, this guy been in prison. I said, yeah, motherfuckers, I keep people from going to prison. That's me. And I keep clients from losing money with motherfuckers like you. Now, we're going to go about this one way or two way. You guys going to get this motherfucker his corporation that he bought. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sell him a corporation he could use. And he won't be shelling out money. He was already in a hole $16,000, giving $16,000 to these guys for a corporation. and they ain't even give him the articles of incorporation. He ain't had nothing. He didn't know where the corporation was from. And they just string him along, milking him. You know, and I've been criticized. People try to criticize me when I got out of prison. The Board of Bishops tried to get me to come back. I said, no, I can't come back because I don't live that kind of lifestyle. And I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be acting like I'm churchy on Sunday, because I live a motherfucking good life. And I like the life I live, and I don't need to live it like y'all live y'all's, but what you do is you. But I'm going to do me. So my whole thing has been that, there's people that thought I walked away from the faith and everything, and all he is about money. No, what I am about is legacy. I'm about our people having economic viability. You ain't got to live in a fucking mansion to live comfortably. But you got to get to a place where you're going to be comfortable, because you don't want to be a pawn in this world system forever. So your economic viability, your entrepreneurship has to come out of you, because you're not going to work for General Motors for 20 years like grandma and grandpa did. Them days are doggone gone. So the thing is, what you have to do is you have to be willing to live with criticism. People that think that you're not doing the right thing, people that think you're not so religious, and everything. I've dealt with that, and I'm fine with it. You know, when the Board of Bishops asked me to come back, I said, no, I don't live that. Like, I got some bishop friends of mine. We were great, very, very good friends, but they know I don't play. I don't play. I live my life. I live my life according to my rules. I got some great relationships in Chicago, among different ethnic groups, that if I ever go back to Chicago, it is incredible, the opportunities for me. But I choose to stay in certain secure circles, and that's my circle. And I will do business with people, but I will do business on my terms. And if people don't like that, that's okay. You don't have to like the fact that I don't want to do it your way. And you have that human right to feel that way. And I'm okay with it. But at the end of the day, I lay in my bed and you lay in yours. And that's what my peace and my solace is. And I keep it that way.
So does cigars give you a high?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cigars, they mellow you out, man. Some cigars are stronger. You get a nice Maduro, especially if you haven't ate a lot of food, or if you just, if you're sipping on the right drink, man, that cigar will take you to another place. It'll make you real mellow. Cigars don't make you want to get up and fight nobody. You don't get no, you got liquid muscle. You don't get no smoke muscle. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no smoke muscle. Nah, not at all.
Positive changes you would love to see in the cigar world.
Oh man. Oh wow. Whew. I think cigars, and this is something that I've looked at as some things that I think that I had the possibilities of doing, is that cigar pricing. I think the taxation on cigars, governmental wise, has been crazy. I think we've allowed certain groups to beat their drums a little bit louder than they should have, and to overtake certain sectors and use lobbyists to create this whole, taxation on cigars, to where the tax on cigars is so high. And then you got another thing going on. Most cigars are overpriced. It's like this, when you're driving a Rolls Royce, right? You know it. But the truth be told, there are only so many leaves and so many seeds. You know, you put a 500 horsepower in a car, you know that motherfucker got 500. Because when you hit that motherfucking gas, you going someplace fast. When you in a car with 200 or 100 horses, you know the difference. In cigars, there is differences, but they're not that gigantic. And we have gotten to the place where we make, some people have made cigars quite expensive to where you may want them to be that expensive. I understand that, and that's cool. But at the same time, there's still guys like me that believe that there's some practicality that's needed in buying that cigar. And the pricing of cigars by the retailers and the taxation, I would like to see that change. Above all that, I would like to see more of unique cigar gatherings outside of the, you know, the big cigar smokehouse and all that stuff. All right, that's all good. But man, there's a ambience, there's a luxury, there's a connection that or experience that needs to be made when you out and you're at a cigar gathering and you're with some people, whether you're in blue jeans, t-shirt, or you're in a suit. That experience needs to be enhanced. And you have a couple of places that they think just because you have a lounge that it's going to work, and that's not true. You know, people go there for the experience. Those are a couple of like changes I like to see made. Okay. And there's different ways people light cigars. They, you know, do the thing. I do what's called set a cigar on fire. And that's setting a cigar on fire. Leave that fire right there on the tip. You don't have to keep even blowing the lighter. Let the oxygen, let the air do all the rest of the work for you. It's called setting a cigar on fire. Leave a little fire on the tip of it. Most of the time it gets around the whole cigar sometime. But it's just something creative. Man, when you sit around cigars after a while, you sit there and you just find creative stuff to do. Just like a baseball player, basketball player, football player, hockey player. You know, you find different things to do with that pup that nobody else done before. I'm enjoying this cigar. That's that Camacho. That's that Camacho. They only release so many of these every so many years, man. And comes in this beautiful red box. The bottom of it's got felt on it. Look at that. Oh, look at that. So with cigars, I do different lighters. I got like 30 some lighters, and this right here. So I just filled this up. So I got to burn a little bit off. That's one of them. And this is the other button. This is Rocky Patel. A friend of mine gave me this lighter. Now I want to tell you, it's a story. A good friend of mine. Very, very, very powerful brother. Gave me this lighter, man. I kid you not, I had this lighter sitting on my bar at home. It tilted over and it rolled. I went to go grab it. It bounced off my hand, bounced on the floor, and never lit again. So I had to go online, find this same exact lighter, man, and order it, man, because it just has a sentimental value. The other one I couldn't get repaired at all. But this is a special edition Rocky Patel lighter. It's a beautiful lighter, man. It's real heavy too. Real heavy. Weighs almost about 2.5 pounds. It's heavy. I don't know what I guess it's all copper or something. I don't know. But it's a real heavy lighter. So when you're sitting, you drink different things. I love a good cannabis drink, and everything. Good bourbon. That's what I go with. Go with a good something. I do like the plant-based chocolate, plant-based vanilla drinks. If I don't want to do alcohol during the week, I go with those with cigars. I love music with cigars. You know, I'm into all kind of music. I'm into Lil Baby. I'm into Kevin Gates. I'm into you. I got your music too. So I'm into music, man. I'm into classical. I'm into country. I'm a music person. There's no telling what you're going to hear coming from my cigar parlor at my house. And, you know, Saturday is my loud music day. So I put some music on, no telling where I'm going to be. Man, I might have some blues going on, man, whatever. I may start there and end up, man, I may have some King Von on before the night is over. Cause that's me. That's me, man. I'm not, it's not that, it's that I love music. I love what people have to give, and it's so unique, and it's so, especially when it's genuine. You know, you just gotta sit there and you absorb it like, God, man, I feel that motherfucker. Oh shit. I always say this. To be in the moment of greatness before everybody knows greatness, and you recognize that it's greatness, you're gonna reap an incredible reward because you knew it and you gleaned from it and you catapulted from it and you were inspired from it and you went to another dimension. Fuck levels. Levels are good if you're in school. First grade, second, third, fourth, fifth, eighth grade, you know. Get to high school, then you get out at the 12th grade. You know, them levels, they're good. But dimensions are a motherfucker. Dimensions mean bing. You know, dimensions mean you caught something. You know, someone said a long time ago, you catch a train, you catch a plane, you catch a bus, you catch a cold. But why can't you catch a vision? You catch it, man. Do you know if you impregnated with somebody else's purpose, somebody else's vision, and you get impregnated with them and you carrying that person's vision in you because you understood it to the degree that they understood it, you're a bad motherfucker. You bad. You know, you might not invent the Tesla, but that battery that them motherfuckers gonna need. They're gonna need you. They're gonna need you, man. They're gonna need you. And you get pregnant with a purpose, yours or somebody else, or be a surrogate parent and carry somebody else's vision. That's why women are so great. You know, people looking around, oh, this the age of women been great for a long motherfucking time. We just ain't acknowledged it. You know, we've been so, in certain countries, they're so intimidated by women. You know, they just, oh, this is what God wants you to be covered up. Well, God should have did a better fucking job of covering up when she came out the goddamn womb. She should have had clothes on there. That's me. And some people don't subscribe to it. You know, shoot, I might have to get another security guard my car. But the thing is, man, is that women have always been great. They've always been surrogate parents. They've always been carrying the vision of so many people till we get to the place where we recognize and wake up and realize who we really are. But they've been the surrogate parents that say, man, I don't get you there. I don't get you there. You know, and then you're going to be great. You're going to recognize how great you are, but I'm going to carry your vision. I'm going to be pregnant with your purpose. Man, that's powerful shit. I ain't going to go into that, man. I ain't going to go into that. That's some deep shit right there, man. And there's some science behind that shit too, man. You know, that's why men can't get pregnant, because we'll die in childbirth. We can't endure that pain. I ain't saying we no pussies. I'm just saying, man, we're designed for something else. See, if we guard the gate, then the person that's pregnant with the purpose can make sure the manifestation is possible. But if we can't protect them like we're supposed to, if all they is bitches and hoes and sluts and shit, well, my God damn, man, what is your mother then? If she a hoe, then your mother a hoe. If she a bitch, then your mother 2 bitches or 3 bitches or 4 bitches. Shit, man, be careful. Be careful what you call them, man. The manifestation of what you talking about. That shit sound easy, bro. But words take life, man. They take feet. They run. Shit, that's why gossip's so powerful. It got feet. Man, gossip is a decathlon marathon motherfucker. Man, gossip is like a world athlete sprinter. It get there so fast. It get there so fast. You know, you be looking around, you be like, God damn, it just happened. But it's the fact of the matter is, man, is that we have to be better at being conscious of what we should say, what we should not say, and own up to what we said and apologize for that motherfucker. Because a lot of us have said a lot of things about our sisters that is unfounded for the whole. And then we get down to why our white brothers want to categorize us as a whole. And then we want to categorize our sisters as bitches and hoes. But your mother ain't one. You can't separate it now, brother. Oh, we slicing jeans. Well, let's slice jeans, motherfucker. Let's go and use some stem cell then, motherfucker. Let's do this shit. But this is real. This is real, man. Shoot. If I got some hoes in my house, so do you. If my mama's a bitch, so is your mother. And she two bitches. But you don't want to do that because your mother's a nice woman. She's respectable. But this woman over here got 3, 4 babies. She a hoe. And your mother never been married. And she got 7, 8 babies. And you just made it on the rap saying, man, let me stop. Shit. Let me stop. I might have to get me another security guard. Shit. Yes. I'm just saying, let's be careful. Chickens always come home to roost. All the time. We need to respect our people. We need to respect our communities. And we need to put a throttle on these motherfuckers that's terrorizing our people.
When did you start Cigar 64?
Oh, man. You know, Cigar 64 was started before I even knew. About 2017, I did a cigar and bourbon party at my house. And I invited people, and they came in from Chicago, they came in from Texas, they came in from all places, man. They were coming in from out of state, California, and ended up doing another one in 2018. When I did one in 2018, I had about 70, 75 people there. I had, I did it at my house again. I was like, oh my God, it's too many. So I had car park because I didn't want my neighbors getting pissed off. Got great neighbors, but you know, you still want to respect, you know, the block, you know, the parking and, you know, and make sure your neighbors know that you went out your way. So we had the people out there, the security and stuff. And, kid you not, man, it was a blast, man. Flew in a singer and everything, somebody I knew that was under one of our labels. We only had one singer under our corporate label at that time years ago. And I remembered her and we always kept in touch. And I said, hey, Char, you need to come on out here. I need you to do some blues. I need you to do some R&B. I need some. And she came out and dragged them people, man. And, cigars, the bartenders were impeccable. The food was incredible. You know, though at that time, I was eating plant-based. I had plant-based food. I had regular food for folk that still like chickens, still like burgers, still like all that other stuff, man. Hey, I ain't going to discriminate. Come on. And so, Cigar 64 just evolved, man, to where then people was like, man, I want to get this cigar, but I can't get it, man. Or I like this cigar, but it costs so much. I said, no, it don't. I was showing guys, I said, man, listen, man, that $150 box of cigar, man, really costs about $80. They're like, no, man. Hey, listen, I'm going to order the box. When the box get here, you're going to pay for shipping. You're going to pay for shipping and you're going to pay me for the box of cigars and that box going to be yours. And that's how it started. And now I order cigars every week. And during the pandemic, this has been crazy. During the pandemic, I mean, man, I order cigars for guys all over the United States now, but I order cigars, man, and guys would be like, man, this is what I need. I want that Tatiana. I want that Groovy Blue. I want this. I want that. I want that Rocky Patel. I want that Gurkha. I want that Davidoff. I want that Monte Cristo. Man, all kind of cigars, man. Cohiba Black is my my go-to right now. And I'm smoking this Camacho because this is the first time I smoked it. But this Camacho is probably going to be my other go-to cigar. So Cigar 64 was born. People buy cigars through us. $25 a month membership. Buy all the cigars you want. And never pay retail ever again.
Okay, so this question is, can you tell me some benefits of keeping the cellophane on the cigar? Or off the cigar?
Me, I'm one of those people that if I really want to get the maximum moisture to keep that cigar from drying out, either if you're going to leave it in there a long period of time, go ahead and leave it in the cellophane. Okay? But if you want to smoke that cigar real soon, because most cigars, when you get them, they're going to be a bit tart dry. It's just, look where they're going. Look how hard it is. You think they shipping that thing on the refrigeration? Hell no. They not. So what you got to do is you have got to look at and say, okay, I want to smoke that cigar. You know, you got a whole box in. You're going to smoke some. You're going to take some, take them out that cellophane, put them in the back, man, put them the closest to that humidity, and start getting those cigars charged with some humidification so that they won't be as dry. Excuse me. Phrase that again to me.
All right, so what wouldn't you do without?
Ooh, me. Oh my God, you might have to edit this. Man, you know what? I can't live without beauty. I love beautiful things, man. I do. I like beautiful things, man. It could be the simplest thing. I just love beautiful things. I love seeing people with beautiful things. I'd be like, man, that thing's sharp, brother. Sister, where you get that from? Oh my God, that thing bad, man. Beautiful things are hard. They just, man, when you see them and the time, the effort it took to do it, you're like, man, I can't live without beauty. I love beautiful things, man. And I'm one of those people, I drive, I see and the simplest thing, I'll get fascinated. I'm like, God, that is so beautiful. You know, I often, I've been collecting different things. I've been teasing. I said, I'm going to give me a little place. I'm going to put some artwork in there, man. I got a good friend of mine. I don't know if you ever heard of Whack Art, Kevin Williams. Me and him grew up together. Incredible. One of the greatest artists in the 21st century. And I'll go out on record and say that his work is incredible. Go on Instagram. You'll see who I'm talking about. Well, Whack Art, the stuff that he does, I told him, I said, man, well, I'm about to make a move on some things. When I do make the move, I don't have a place that will where I can respectfully display the shit you got. Because the stuff you got, brother, you know, it requires that I respect it when I hang it. And I want some beauty like that, man. I love artwork, man. I love collecting simple things. I like the lighter. I like the designs of the lighters. I like how they look. I have so many different unique lighters, man. Some look like water spigots. Some look like, you know, the holster of a guns. Some, look at this. It's just, you know, look at that, man. Look at that copper, man. Look at the time. You know, 2 pounds of whatever in that shit, man. You know, ashtrays, you know, like certain ashtrays, the artwork they put into them, the glass, you know, watches, you know, hair, you know, what they do with hair nowadays, like your hair, man, there's just the beauty in it. The way it's done, man, that takes time, man. It's just like you don't roll out of bed and do this shit. You got to sit there and somebody got to take their time. You know, it's just, so man, you know, I'm gearing up to where I'm going to have some beautiful art displayed, and it's gonna it's going to be surrounding the fact that the ambience of cigars, the ambience of, you know, good bourbon, good tequila. It's going to be that and some.
Your favorite place in the United States?
Ooh, my favorite place in the United States, Chicago. Chicago. Rush Street, Peninsula Hotel. Not exactly in that order. I would say that that's one of my favorite places is Chicago. I hate the cold. Grew up there all my life. Used to walk 11 blocks to get to the bus to go out to Carver High School in Argyle Gardens. And I did that for 4 years. You know, Chicago get cold, man. And 11 blocks going, 11 blocks coming to get to the bus. But I love Chicago, man. You know, you can say what you want about Chicago. It has its problems, but man, don't forget there's a whole nother part of Chicago they don't want to tell you about, or they don't talk about, excuse me. I love Chicago. I love the culture. I love Chicago. That's my favorite place. The other place I would say would be Palm Beach. It would be Palm Beach. Yeah. Palm Beach, Florida. I love it down there, man.
Who are your biggest influences?
Oh, wow. My mother. Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, my neighbor. When I was growing up, my mother, Lois T.E Dixon, Leonard Brown, Queen Brown, Virginia Durr, Eugene Durr. Lord have mercy. My grandmother, Aaron, the late Aaron Dixon. My grandmother, Bertha Bobo. I'm going to say this too. I'm going to go out there, man, because you know, me and my father didn't have a greatest relationship. Because I didn't know him until later in life. But the DNA that he had, that he dispersed, that I acquired, the DNA of my mother, that incredible DNA as well, that's a quiet inspiration from him, not acknowledged a lot. But those people in my life that inspired me, Laverne Saraki, the late Dan Saraki. Man, there's been people that's been in my life. Man, you know, when you look at Patrick Eden, my Irish brother, you know, Terry Owens, you know, but the greatest ones, oh my God, when you look at just my neighbors that were around me that groomed me. When my neighbor, Mr. Brown, used to come out there, and my mom was raising 5 kids and she was working for the city of Chicago. And there's a story behind that too. If I get a chance to tell it, I'll tell it. Mr. Brown come out there, man, and shoot, we out there having a good time, throwing football, being kids, you know what I'm saying? Just doing our kid thing. And Mr. Brown come out there. He stand on his porch and he look at me. He'll say, Rodney, look like the grass need to be cut. Yes, sir, Mr. Brown. Man, I dropped that football, go get that lawnmower. Mr. Brown gave me a job working at his car wash when he opened up a car wash. He used to work for Brandon Fairline. Still Brandon Fairline went bankrupt. He started a business, started a car wash, Brown and Key Car Wash. I started working for him. Worked for his car wash. I started driving for Mr. Brown. I had just had a beginner's license. Mr. Brown didn't want to drive. He didn't want to drink and drive at night. He used to go out to Benji's out there in Dixie, off Dixie Highway out in the south suburbs of Chicago. And he told me, he said, you got your beginner's driver's license? He said, you're going to drive me. Pay me $50. How many people going to make $50 driving? Pay me $50. I go drive Mr. Brown, stay with him all night, drink all he wanted to drink. I drive him home. He had a Buick Riviera, latest edition, all digital. Man. And I used to drive that car, man, took my time. Took my time driving it. Took my time driving the car. Hold on one second. I should answer that call. Can I answer it? Can I answer this call? Hey, Jared, we're still filming. Yeah. I hit you in a little bit though. You good? All right then. Yeah, I'll hit you in a few minutes. All right. Yes, sir. All right. But that's one of my cigar guys right there to buy cigars. He got 2 box cigars sitting right now. That he ain't called me about that, but he called about he wants to come over here and smoke cigars. So, but the thing is that where was I at, man? Oh God.
About Mr. You were driving.
And it's Bureau Rivera, man. And man, do you know? And Mr. Brown is still next door. Him and Miss Brown still next door to my mom 50 years later. Great. I mean, come on, man. Different changes in my life, man. When I went to prison, I mean, it wasn't no secret in Chicago. It was on the Tribune, front page of Chicago Tribune, everything. You know, it was a lot of write up on that, man. It was deep because I was still sitting on the board of bishops at that time. So they tried to make a religious thing, but it had nothing to do with religion. It was all corporate shit. Then it had to do with corporate shit. It was some mob shit. Then it was all mob shit. It was my shit. See, you get what I'm saying? So, but you have people like that. They still, man, they're like, man, you're going to come on through this, man. Don't worry about it. You know, and my mom told me something. She said she was with me, and she's one of my, she is without doubt my greatest inspiration that I will ever possibly experience for the rest of my life, because of who she is, because of what she's done, because she's just so smart with money. She is just so she's so durable, and she is so incredible, and she's not a dream, man. I had some fucked up dreams, some crazy things I wanted to do, and she never ever killed the dream. When I look back on it, man, God, what kind of coach? This is the coach you want. You're going to catch every pass, motherfucker. And if you drop one, you're going to catch 5 more for every one you drop. That's the kind of coach she was. That's Lois T.E Dixon. That's my mama. That's my hero. I call her and she'll know one thing. I'll say, hey, how my hero doing? Because I mean that shit. That's her. I went to prison. My mom told me, she said, I ain't never going to visit you in prison. I don't come no places, but I'm going to take care of your business while you're gone. My mom took care of my business while I was gone. Things I needed to have done, my mom made sure it was done. Till I came home 5 years later. Didn't know if I was coming home in 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, or whatever. But she was right there. Right there. Rock, granite, solid, titanium. That's her. Yeah.
Okay, so how has the cigar business impacted your life?
Oh, wow. Well, you know, we have cigar membership at a couple of places, and then we have strong relationship with private cigar lounges that have no name on the buildings. They're exclusive to people like Michael Jordan, other folk, very influential people in the business sectors that want to go someplace where nobody else can go. And then we're members also at another great cigar place, Fellowship. And those places, man, they're good retreats, if that's an appropriate word. You know, they're good retreats. There's places where we can go, kick back, relax, and have a good time and enjoy a smoke.
What makes you a black sheep?
Wow. I guess I'm the black sheep because I don't believe that there is anything that you or someone or I should be withheld from. And by having that attitude, there's other people that may say they're not deserving or they don't qualify for it. Well, I'm that person that says, well, fuck, let's see how hot it is in their hands before they let it go. But if they hold on to it long enough, maybe they learn how to hold it even when it's hot. So I'm a black sheep because I'm on the outside, never trying to get on the inside because I don't give a fuck about the inside. I got friends that got a lot of power, want me to hang out. I don't do certain circles because I don't fit in. I don't like cameras like that. I don't want to be in the circles like that. I don't want to be known for that. I like being a black sheep. I like being the Wizard of Oz behind that fucking curtain, man. I like being that one that tells you, okay, this is how we're going to do wrong and make it right. That's me. That's me. I'm that guy. I'm like, listen, everything we do in life is make believe anyway. The dollar. It's only because we're made to believe it's backed up by something. But it's backed up by a powerful belief system. It's not that it really has any value to it, but the fact that somebody told you that it does. I digress. I'm a black sheep because I am willing to do things that other people are scared to do, and they're going to scrutinize you for doing it. But them the broke motherfuckers, them the motherfuckers that work 9 to 5 and too scared to dive off 3 feet of water, into 3 feet of water, to jump into 3 feet of water. Because even though they could see the bottom of the water, they swear there's alligators in it. I'm the black sheep. I'm the breaker. I'm the one with the stick. That's me. I'm that black sheep. I'm going to get you out of that jam. I'm going to get you into what you need to get into. I'm going to show if you did something wrong, we're going to right that wrong. We're going to keep you out of trouble, keep you out of jail, do what we got to do. I'm that black sheep. If we got to bury some things, we bury them. We get that. We're going to get it done. You know, people don't like getting their hands dirty. Well, they ain't never cleaned toilets then. That's me. I like being a black sheep. Give me a Blacksheepconvo t-shirt. I like what you're doing, brother. I love what you're doing, man. You're on the verge of something incredible. You know, before you know it, you're going to have Jay-Z sitting there. Watch what I say. Mm-hmm.